and celebrate its Veteran Impact ETF that trades on NYSE Arca under the ticker symbol VETZ, VETZ. Kaj Larsen, a former Navy SEAL, will be on the podium for the close. But first, he joins me in studio with more. Kaj, welcome.
Kristen, thank you. Honor to be here.
Great to have you. And let's just start by talking about what Veterans Day means to you.
Well, I think it's so amazing. Here we are at the epicenter of global finance. You can see the floor behind me. It's so much meaning to so many Americans. But it's important to remember that after World War II, Americans came back and they built the greatest economic engine the world has ever seen. And the veterans of today's generation continue to do that. So to me, what Veterans Day is, it's about honoring our service, but it's also about honoring our continued service as we continue to rebuild America.
Mm-hmm. And from your perspective, what is the way that our viewers and veterans should be thinking about their investments, including on a day like today?
Yeah, well, I think all veterans and all Americans should be thinking about their investments on most days. It's not all fire and forget. But I think the important thing to think about when you're thinking about veterans finance are you have all of these great storied companies. You know, at Siebert Valor, which is a company that I helped begin, it has a storied tradition on Wall Street. Started by Muriel Siebert, first woman on Wall Street. We have a huge wealth building community that helps the military community build wealth and increase their assets. And then you have programs like VETZ, the VETZ Bond ETF, which invests in government-backed securities. And that is a very veteran-centric portfolio. But it's not just old storied companies, it's brand new businesses. Like this morning, AmmoBase.com, a veteran-owned business, launched, and that's an e-commerce platform to buy ammunition. So from whether you're buying bonds or whether you're buying bullets, what I think is that if you follow the sage-like advice of Warren Buffett and never bet against America, your portfolio should do pretty well.
Are there unique challenges or approaches, really, that you think our viewers should know about when it comes to the way that veterans can save for retirement, can build their own planning and investments?
Yeah, well, when we start thinking about military finance and financial health in the military community, it really starts over the entire course of the service member's journey. So it starts with day one, whether you enlist or commission in the military. There are certain headwinds that military members have when it comes to finance and investing, but they actually have really good disposable income compared to their socioeconomic peers. So we always encourage our military personnel, and this continues into your post-service life when you become a veteran, to use those competitive advantages and invest early and invest often. And if you're asking for, this is not financial advice, but if you're asking for recommendations, I think especially on a day like today, we can see that some of the greatest businesses were built by veterans, and that's a nice place to start to look to invest.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that veterans and their families face that you think is unique to them versus other investors?
I do think military service is a sacrifice. While it's a great honor, it can be really hard, especially on military families. If you think about the operational tempo, especially now, we are just coming off the two longest wars in American history. It's not just the long government shutdown. The two longest wars in American history were the global war on terror in Iraq and Afghanistan. So if you think about the operational tempo over 2 decades of war and what that does to the communities and to family structures and how much stress and tension, that's a particular challenge to savings and investing because you don't have the sort of traditional cohesive family unit, or it puts stress on that bond. So I think that is one challenge. And then I also think there is a knowledge gap between the military community and the private wealth community. The military community can do better in educating service members in how to maximize their financial gains. That's one of the big initiatives that we do at the company that I run, Siebert.Valor, and we think it's important. And there's lots of other veteran-owned businesses that are on this mission with us. That's what the VETZ Bond at Academy Securities is all about, and we're proud to have all those people as partners in this mission.
How specifically are you helping these vets with financial literacy?
We think really financial literacy and education is paramount. So we've created a series of programming and a series of content. Even on the Siebert.Valor platform, we've devoted a third of the platform not just to investing, but to financial literacy. Some of those are sort of basic investing 101 principles about compound interest and the miracle of compound interest, but others are military specific about how to read your LES, your leave and earnings statement, which is essentially your pay stub in the military, or how to maximize your TSP, which is the thrift savings plan, the military equivalent of a 401k. Again, we talk about some incumbent advantages that the military community has. The military has a phenomenal 5% matching plan for the TSP, the Thrift Savings Plan, which is actually the largest retirement program in America. And so we always encourage our service members, max out that 5% matching contribution, and you're taking that first step to financial freedom.
Former U.S. Navy SEAL Kaj Larson. Kaj, thank you so much for everything and for joining us here today on NYSE Live.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you on that closing bell podium later today.
Oh, yeah.
Great to have you.